You would think that speaking to someone you like would be an easy task. You're human, they're human, surely you can interact on that basis alone? But it's not always the case. Which is why you may find yourself wondering how to seduce someone with words and not come across as a bumbling mess. Some people find it difficult to speak to someone they like without shaking and stumbling over their words. If you're one of those people, take heart. You're not alone. But, it's important to realize that the key to speaking to someone you like and getting a positive response is about the words you say and how you say them. Something to keep in mind when trying to seduce someone you like is that we don't all like the same things. One phrase that might be sexy to one person won't do anything to another. You really have to get to know the person first. Here are 16 secrets to seduce someone with words and make them crush on you. 1. Always be honest. Why would you try and be someone you're not? It's really annoying and everyone can see through it easily. While you might wonder why being genuine is going to seduce someone, remember that being genuine means you're building a bond of trust, and that's one of the sexiest things. Yes, flashiness and cockiness might be alluring at first, but if you want to seduce someone over the long term, and avoid quick hookups, being yourself is always the way forward. 2. Avoid sarcasm. Sarcasm is funny, we'll admit that, but not everyone gets it. And if you're trying to seduce someone who doesn't really see the funny side of sarcasm, you're more likely to offend them than get their attention in a positive way. Instead, stick to observations, throw in witty one-liners and compliment them. These are all far more effective than sarcasm, which can come at a later date, once you've got to know them a little better. 3. Use the power of humor. We're speaking for many when we say that the key to seduction is humor. Often, if you make someone laugh, you've got them hook, line, and sinker. That doesn't mean throwing in all your best jokes as though you're doing a stand-up routine. It means using humor here and there to make the conversation fun, light, and above all else, downright sexy in an indirect way. 4. Check your body language. Learning how to seduce someone with words is about what your body is saying as much as the verbal words you say. Mirror them, making sure your body language isn't closed or defensive. Then throw in the odd flirtatious look, light touch on the arm, or joking nudge, which has seduction written all over it. In the link I put in the description of this video, you can learn 3 tips for using the body language to get the girls you really want to start fantasizing about you. 5. If you're nervous, say so. Alongside honesty, one of the best ways to seduce someone is by admitting your nerves. Yes, confidence is sexy, but it shows you're human to say that you're nervous, and it's also ultra flattering. If someone is a little nervous to speak to you, that's got to make you feel good, right? 6. Don't go over the top. It's important that you know when the conversation is finished. It's a little like a joke, which is funny at first. But when you explain it too many times, it loses its shine and it's no longer amusing. Short and sharp is far better than long and drawn out if you want to understand how to seduce someone with words. Leave them wanting more. Leave them wondering when they're going to see you again. They won't be able to resist. 7. Pay attention to the tone of your voice. We mentioned checking the way your body was speaking to them a little earlier. You also should think about the way you're speaking and not just the words you choose. If you want to seduce someone, yes, you should be genuine and add in some humor, but you also need to be a little sexy too. Keep your voice low, adding in a wry smile. Make sure your tone is controlled and even, and not shaking. 8. Compliment them. The biggest one of the lot. If you want to seduce someone with words, those words should be complimentary. This doesn't mean listing all their positive points and counting them on your fingers. Instead, make the odd complimentary remark about their hair, clothes, how you admire the job they do, etc. If you can make them feel like the most special person alive in those short minutes you have a conversation, they're certainly going to want to come back for more. 9. Lean in close but don't touch. Again, this is all about the atmosphere. It's not so much the exact words you say but rather, how you say them. Lean in close and keep that voice low. Don't touch them, though. Just get close enough to be a little more intimate than just talking with a friend. Then lean over and say what you have to say. This not only makes them feel special because you've moved in very close, but it also makes your words seem like they're meant for only them, which is sexy as hell. 10. Get to know them deeply. You have to know someone a little better than you might think in order to seduce them with just your words. That's because you need to know what they like. What do they find sexy? What makes them excited? Knowing these things will help you tailor what you say, so they'll be turned on. 11. Ask suggestive questions. However, don't make them very obviously suggestive. The point with this is to steer their mind in a naughty direction without them realizing it. They might still figure it out, but still. Asking things like, "And what do you prefer to do in your free time?" in a sultry tone will give them the hint. Be careful with this method, though, because it can make you seem like you're just trying to get laid. Being obvious about your intentions ruins it. 12. Don't talk about their appearance. It might seem very difficult to try and seduce someone without mentioning how great they look, but you can. And in fact, it'll be more effective if you avoid talking about their appearance. Instead, talk about their personality. Tell them they're really funny, tell them they're smart, and then ask about their thoughts on a controversial topic. This might not seem very seductive, but never underestimate the power of complimenting the mind. 13. Say you like the way they think. Speaking of complimenting someone's mind, this is by far the best thing you can say. It's very simple. After you are done discussing something, lean in and tell them you like the way they think. It might not seem like much, but believe us, this is a very powerful phrase. 14. Tell them you like their passionate and feisty side. Sometimes we all like to feel naughty. We might not like to go about flaunting that side of ourselves, but we all have it. Therefore, if you talk about something they get passionate about, tell them you bet they can get pretty feisty. It's a great way to admire their passionate side while also making them feel a little dirty. If you say this in a flirty way, you'll have them to yourself in no time. 15. Be encouraging and supportive of their wishes. If you end up talking about their life goals and dreams, be supportive. Tell them you can definitely see them accomplishing those things. Tell them they seem like the dedicated, hardworking type. Even if they're not, they'll love hearing that you think they are. If you're wondering how to seduce someone with words in a subtle way, this is another great way of complimenting something that's not their looks. Those types of compliments always mean more and seduce people more than you might think. 16. Backhanded compliments go a long way. These are compliments they won't really know are compliments right away. While they're talking, you could ask them to repeat something because you were distracted. But, make sure you've been looking at them this whole time. You can even say something along the lines of, "I'm sorry, my thoughts were elsewhere. What did you say?" They might not realize what you mean right away. But they'll pick up on the hints if you add some flirting to your line. In the link I put in the description of this video, you can learn 3 tips for using the body language to get the girls you really want to start fantasizing about you. Including a technique to make her crave your touch, a technique for getting her to think about kissing you, and a way to make her dream about you all day long. You can access the link I put in the description to watch my video now. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel.